All right, I'm gonna give it a second so that way. All right, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to the MAE Podcast. We have an excellent talking point, a focal point of today, if you will. We are going to be talking about conventions, and one of us has been to conventions before and just recently went to one. The other of us has not been to any conventions yet, and we'll see if you can figure out who it is.
Yeah, I wonder who. I wonder who.
Yeah, I wonder.
I wonder who. But yeah, this past weekend, I was at Ohayocon, which for anybody who has never heard of it, is a convention in Columbus, Ohio, during, I think it was February 11th through the 13th, I believe. Yeah, I think that was the date. It's every year. I don't think they had it last year because of COVID stuff, of course, and I think it was 2 years going where they have not had it because it happened right around COVID time of 2020. So I think both years they just did ixnate it. So this was their first year back. So people were very excited to be back. Very excited.
Gotcha. And then is this Columbus?
Yeah, it's at the Columbus Convention Center there. And pretty much any conventions that are in Columbus are going to be at the convention center because it is massive. It's right in the heart of downtown.
Gotcha.
So for anybody interested in the place, it's a nice location for it. They we'll get more into about the whole convention thing. But I've gone to a few now, and this has been a really enjoyable one. I enjoy the ones here in Columbus. And I think it's a good one as well for anybody who wants to try stuff out for a convention, but we're going to get more into it as we go. So let's start off with, I'm going to share
He's got some excellent photos for us from the convention.
So the first one, I just wanted to show about the actual Ohayocon itself. So their website, you can just Google Ohayocon. And this is nice about, we'll start with like the finding of it and that. I heard about this just through people talking about it. Like when I was first looking at conventions, funny enough, one of my friends at college got me into it because he was talking about going to one in Kalahari, which is actually called ColossalCon, another great convention in Sandusky area for anybody who is in Ohio or nearby who wants to go. Honestly, people fly in from freaking New York to go to it. So, there's a lot of people who go to those. But anyway, this is one I heard about. I hadn't gone to it originally because of just timing of everything, just in my normal life. But I decided to try it for this year because I saw what was happening. But what's nice about it is that, all these are pretty nice for, for getting tickets for stuff. They always have special deals for when you buy tickets. As you can see, badge pickup, you can actually, and of course COVID restrictions that, but yeah, you can actually get cheaper tickets depending on how early you go, so that's pretty nice. They don't have all of it here now because it's not there, but for people who are looking for conventions, I would advise, just first piece of advice, try to look ahead to see what's happening, look ahead to see when it's happening, what are the deals, when the prices change and all that. Usually they have deals for weekends, but you can go for a day or so. Just depends. And then also they're going to have all the information about events, cosplay, gaming, all that kind of stuff, which we'll get into as we show the actual event.
Which, when you go to conventions, do you go for like the entire, or is like going to 1 or 2 days also like cool? Like, what would you recommend?
It definitely varies about your situation, because when it comes to a lot of these conventions, they're multiple days. And so you'll see right here, you see this as hotel and amenities. A lot of these, they're partnered with a certain hotel to stay there, but it can get kind of expensive, especially if you're going to a new place. So you have to drive or fly. You're going to be staying in there for 3 days or more. You have to, buy food and everything, as well as whatever you're going to get at the convention itself. So it depends on what you're doing. I give a great example of the ColossalCon I was just talking about. That one's awesome because it's at Kalahari, which, I'll just Google this. I'll just show you guys this. For anyone who doesn't know, Kalahari.
Who doesn't know what Kalahari is at this point?
Yeah, that's fair. It's just a giant indoor and outdoor water park, but they also have a convention center attached to it. It's great, except for the fact that since this convention's so big, it sells out really quick. So if you don't get the hotel there, you're not going to get access to the indoor water park unless you pay for it separately. So you have to stay somewhere else. And then you still have to commute to get there. So say if you fly in or something. So it always depends on that. For these kind of conventions, I honestly didn't go in the whole weekend, and that's just because I'm close by and I can stay the whole weekend. It makes it a lot easier because I live in Ohio, in Columbus, so it was like just a bus ride down the street, which was really nice for anybody living in Columbus, especially people attending OSU. The convention center is just down High Street. It's really nice. But yeah, it kind of depends your situation. Colossal Con, the other one, you could have gone here for just the main day. But if you're ever going to go to convention for just a day, try to go on like a Saturday, because that's always where all the main stuff is. Saturday is the main day. That's where the most people, biggest events, and everything is operating. So if you really want a one-day experience, Saturday is the way to go. But if you can, I would recommend going the whole weekend. Every day always has different stuff. And it's, you'll get to do different things, get different experiences. You get time, meet people, hang out with different people and that. Yeah, so I would, and a lot of times the pre-sale tickets are weekend deals. So just kind of whatever works for you. But I honestly say these conventions, they're a lot of fun if you do more than one day. So it feels like you can't always get everything in on one day. Spreading it out, you kind of be able to get to see everything, which of course you're not gonna be able to see everything because there's a whole lot to do. So I'm going to switch over to. All right, we're going to stop that, Sharon. In the meantime, did you have any questions, Evan?
I mean, the main question that a lot of people probably wonder is, do you have to be dressed up to go to a convention?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I'm using my phone for this because it's easier because I took all the pictures on my phone. Great question. Really, no. I would not say you need to be dressed up in any way. A lot of people do go dressed up, and it is always something about how much effort you want to put in. So let's create an example. Let's take a look at these guys. So this is one of the first pictures I took while I was at the convention. As you can see, we have a Halo Spartan on the left, where he probably made all that shit.
Dude, that Spartan looks so cool. And then you got 4 Mandos.
Yeah, you look at that shotgun. Look at how good that looks.
Oh my gosh, dude!
Look
and
at
it's
how
like
good
not
that looks.
like a realistic style. Like it kind of looks like the Halo Reach drawing style,
Yeah, it really, and I don't even remember what that armor is, what it's called, like maybe
there's a
CQC.
lot. I think that's, oh my gosh, I forget all the random things.
It's I think an abbreviation thing, but yeah. And then we look here, these are Mandalorian, which obviously these people made this shit, or they got it and then designed it to look like that, but people made unique stuff. So this is a great example of people who made and put a lot of effort into their costumes. But a great example is that you look in the back here. These two dudes, I didn't even notice them back. They're just doing like a really simple, actually, I think he's Joseph Joestar, honestly, now that I look at it.
Oh, I think so.
But yeah, that's super simple. So it's always about how much effort and how much money and time you want to put into it. If you want, and there's another, that guy's like a Deku Spider-Man. I just noticed him in the back. But that one was probably a purchased costume. It could have been a bot. I don't know exactly, but it all varies about what you want to do. Because some people just purchase costumes, and that is completely fine. If you just want to dress up as a character, cool. If you want to make one, I'll go for it. You'll see some of these, I made mine, I assembled it from other stuff. It isn't to the level of something like that, this guy right here, but I was pretty happy with it. It's all really about how much effort you want to put into it. Because I guarantee, you look at this and you already know, oh yeah, it's Luigi. You could have an incredibly detailed Luigi costume, but we can still tell it's Luigi. So if you just want to have fun with it as a character, go for it. And you'll see some people later who didn't even try to do known characters. They just made their own up, which is also a lot of fun.
Nice.
So let's scroll out. There we go. So there's that one. I took a few pictures of that. Here's another example of an excellent costume. So this guy made all this stuff, of course.
Oh my gosh. Wait, I have to ask. Was the Bloodborne weapon that he has, is that like the... Oh, shoot, Saw Cleaver. Saw Cleaver. Could he actually transform it?
No, he didn't have a spring action on it, so it couldn't shoot into place. But he could. But it was still it could fold in and then fold out.
Okay, well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was awesome. This is one I saw a Bloodborne character that I saw. I was like, this is so sweet. And that's another great thing about these conventions, which you'll see in this. well, as I said about people don't really, you can dress up as much as you want or not. I think it's fun to just go as a character and just kind of like have fun with it. But then also it's a welcoming environment for people to just want to, if you want to just take pictures with some people. Like you think a costume's awesome, like I do here. I take a couple pictures of people just because I like their costume themselves. But then I take a couple pictures with people as well, just because, you want to be a part of it. You're doing something fun. Conventions are a great way to just, people are it's a very social environment. So people are cool to just like take pictures together and stuff. They find it fun. Trust me, I love to hear people ask me to take a picture because that made me think, oh, that's cool. They like my costume. It made it a lot of fun. So I think always one advice as well with these conventions is don't be afraid to just talk to people and, ask a question, be respectful, of course. It's all, be respectful in these big social situations like this. But people are wanting to talk. People are there to talk to people or to hang out, to meet new people, to get pictures taken, to take pictures. They love it. I think that was some of the most fun I had at the convention. And while conventions are for everybody, they cover a lot of different interests. This is one of the things I bring up if you're going for more of costumes in that. Yeah, so let me go. I think I took 2 of them. Yeah, I took a few of that.
You took more than 2 of them.
Yeah, let's see. Can I just change it like this? Is this better? Oh, that looks so much better.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, sorry, I'll just mess on my phone here while doing this. We're not the most professional setup, sorry, but so here is what the store area was. So I think there we go. That's a better one. This is the shop area.
Oh my gosh, that convention center is huge.
Yeah, this is a room, and this is even a room I knew they had. This is in another area of it. But next thing to talk about with conventions is they have a giant merchandise and artist alley. So in this case, if you look in the top area here, the top balconies up there, those are all the artists. So those are all the people who are like independent artists that are selling their wares of like jewelry, actual like art, plushes. They have a million things, but that's usually the independent artists. Down here is usually where you get more of the merchandise. The people selling mangas, more produced stuff, figures, anime merchandise. So it's usually
buy like props and stuff.
Yeah, people do. Some people come here and buy, like they'll get the wigs they need, or they'll get a weapon they need. Like they have like really well done swords, or like a Captain America shield. I saw some that are legit metal, and some that are. They also sell legit swords. There's always a sword stand here. You want to buy a fucking sword? They got swords here. But yeah, sometimes people just get props if they need something. Because some people have some issues with their, they didn't get something to deliver in time or whatever. But yeah, they have a lot here. But yeah, a lot of this is just more of the merchandise itself. So if you want to get some figures, or like that poster back there for Cowboy Bebop, that's what I got at something like this. Just a merchandise area. Let's go. Oh yeah, no, so let me go long ways again. Let's see how that looks. There we go. Yeah, so some of these are long ways, some of these are long, of course. This is my brother for it. So this is a picture we took of his costume. So he, if anybody knows Akame ga Kill, he was Esdeath from that, which is probably the most recognizable character from that show. Sadly, not too many people dressed up as it, but that's always a trade-off with stuff. One thing you're going to see at these conventions is if you're trying to go and be noticed, it's a little bit harder if you go as a character that's kind of an older show that's not as popular. Of course, the big shows are what's new, or what's going to be new and noticed. There were so many Demon Slayer, there were so many My Hero, a good amount of Jujutsu Kaisen, but like more relevant shows are always going to be like what's dominating.
Probably a lot of Mandalorians, Boba Fett's, because the book of Boba Fett's recently been finished, I think last week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. So you're going to see more of that. But one thing that's nice is that you always see people thinking of something different. I have seen so many like small shows or older shows that aren't as big. You get people in there all the time. So I always say with these, if you want to do like a photo shoot thing and like get pictures with a bunch of people and be, like have fun as a character interacting with people, I'd probably advise to do more of a popular one right now. That's always good. And people are going to care about that now. It's going to be more of a notice thing. If you just want to, but then if you want to do a character that you just like, go for it. I've done, I've seen people do like the one person I've seen do in the entire place doing one character. There's like Trigun, the main character from Trigun, which is a great show, which I need to watch some more. But Trigun, I've only ran into like 1 or 2 guys that have ever done it, and they look awesome. And then the example I was talking to Evan with of a Baki, there's a fantastic Baki, which it was like the only time I ever saw a Baki, which I'm going to scroll around to, let's say June. Yep, so sorry, I have to move through all my pictures. Oh gosh. Look at this dude. Look at my man.
Oh my gosh.
Dude is built like Baki. But yeah, he was the only Baki I ran into there. And I came up just like, dude, that's awesome. I love to see like a Baki that you didn't see people with it.
Yeah.
So it's always a thing of like, you know, don't be afraid to do a character you like. Even if you don't think it's going to be as recognized or, you know, going to be as noticed. Because you got to think, you're going to be in a convention hall with thousands of people. There's thousands of people here. Somebody's going to recognize your costume.
Yeah.
So I always say with that, don't be afraid to do something you want to do as opposed to just what's popular. It's, again, these conventions are always places to just express yourself. And so whatever you want to do, whatever show you want to, express yourself as, it's a very welcoming environment. You know, as my brother here, he dresses as a female character and wears heels. Very accepting. People loved it. People encouraged it. It's always an environment where you're going to get a lot of acceptance and a lot of progressive, being very progressive. Sorry, I was trying to think of the right term for it. So if you're worried about like being in an environment where it's like not welcoming to this kind of stuff, people are very welcoming. You don't need to be looking exactly like the character. You don't need to be the most fit. You don't need to be the same gender. You can be whatever you want to be. And people are always there for it because it's just fun. Everybody's just there to have fun. It's not a place of judgment and like being cruel or mean. It's just a place to enjoy and show a love of a show and a character.
Yeah.
So next is my costume, which actually I have my favorite pictures. What my brother took was this one right here. Posted up.
Nice.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. That was a good picture. But yeah, that was who I dressed up as. Anybody who can tell, it's Nanami Kento from Jujitsu Kaisen, which was a lot of fun to do. I really had a lot of fun doing his character. I actually have his machete here, which I'm going to unshare real quick to show. Oop, nope, I'm going to stop that. I don't need a penguin suit.
Get him out of here. He's taking our viewers.
No, get out of here, penguin. You don't need more viewers. Let's stop that share. Okay, I just wanted to show. I made this his weapon. For anybody who doesn't know Jujutsu Kaisen, he has like a machete thing like this. And it was cool because one thing that's interesting, I'll show when I get to other people, other pictures. Some people made a whole thing, like they made it out of like wood or something, and they had like a solid thing and they wrapped it in actual bandages, like bandage wrap in that. And so it looked awesome, but what it showed to me was that you can put whatever amount of effort you want into this costume. I got my costume from Goodwill. Like I just assembled the suit from there, and I got the glasses online, and then I made this out of cardboard and tape. That's all it was. So we'll talk, I think on another episode, we'll talk more about cosplay, like advice and tricks and stuff, because this is a cool thing I've learned with doing blades. I've also made Sokka's boomerang for a Halloween costume. Turned out pretty good. But we'll get into that another time. But that was just something of, some people put a lot more effort into it. Some people didn't put as much. It was just about how another guy 3D printed it. It's all just about how much effort you want to put into it. And what was nice is that people recognized it. You know, even if it wasn't, you thought it's like, oh, it's not as good as other people's. People still recognized it.
Yeah, and I feel like 3D printing, to go on that note, is definitely becoming like more common, and like a lot of people will use that to cosplay, because one of my friends from back home made a set of Mandalorian armor all from a 3D printer, including the helmet.
Really?
Yeah.
It's impressive what you can do. I mean, I was talking to you before. I think I talked to you before. I was trying to 3D print a chest piece that was going to be like a marker from Dead Space.
You didn't tell me that. No,
I didn't know. For a class, they wanted to design a chest piece, which I ended up making just a simple, like, just a kind of a cool rook design. But I was trying to do the spire. It was really difficult, though.
Let me guess, like in the center, it wasn't exactly setting right.
Yeah, it was that they would overlap, and it's hard to get a smooth curve up, because basically what you have to do is like you have to do levels, and you have to do a contour. So you have to do like one level, and then just like extend it to each drawing all the way up. Kind of difficult to do. So I'm going since I have a 3D printer, I want to 3D print that spire design.
Do you have you actually own your own 3D printer?
Yeah, I got one recently.
Huh, gotcha.
Yeah, so I'm going to try to make that. But getting off topic, yeah, a lot of people I ran into just had 3D printed designs. Someone 3D printed Nami's glasses. There's a bunch of different stuff. So it's interesting.
And like it's a super cheap alternative because like you can find like the print. I don't even know what to call them. Like the designs, I guess.
Yeah, just
and then basically your printer will copy those designs and filament is super cheap.
Yeah, it's a nice way to do it. So if you already have a 3D printer, it's a helpful way to try to get some of the prop stuff, and make it easier for you.
And if you don't, just shell out the money for it.
Yeah, just buy it. What are you poor?
Buy it. Come on.
We go buy the Diablo model. You guys don't have phones? You remember that announcement when they did that at E3?
Oh yeah.
Diablo Mobile, and they were like, "Boo!" And they're like, "What? You don't have phones?" So funny. All right. I was gonna show you this. This was a seller this is a shop. They were selling legit helmets.
Dude, they got so many. The first one that I saw was the N7 from Mass Effect up there. You got Alphonse.
Got Alphonse. You have
a lot of clone troopers. You got Bad Batch down there. I see 2 of them. What is that?
Yeah, that's Bad Batch, yeah.
Yeah. No, 3 Bad Batch I see.
Oh yeah, they do. Shit. Yeah, but like look at that. They have Warhammer in the top corner. Like look at how good.
Gosh.
They were so cool. This guy was
those are so legit. Is that oh my gosh.
This all made by this guy. So that's another thing too, is you're gonna run into at these, and one thing I like is that you're gonna run into. So another thing about conventions in general, for if you're thinking about going, it's just a great place to find merchandise and artists. It's a great place to buy merch. Because I talked to some people here who said the reason why they go to conventions is more to meet other people, be in costume, and buy stuff. Because you come to this and you run into some legitimately impressive artists and different stores. You run into some cool stuff. Like this is on the merchandise area, but this guy made all this stuff. It was impressive, and by the way, he sold a lot of these. He made a lot.
I would guess so. I'm looking at that thinking man, I could use 1 or 2 of those clone trooper helmets.
Oh, they're so good, and they're well made too. They're nice quality too. But yeah, one thing people come here is they just kind of look around the stores, and honestly, you could spend hours just in this area because for one, it's the most people, so you can just run into different people in their costumes. You can just see all this different merchandise that's available. You can talk to the artists. It's a fun time. This is one of the main areas where you'll see people, and it's understandable because this is one of the main draws to conventions. Having an area where you can see all these artists, and especially when you want to support small artists, this is a great way to do it.
Does that guy have a website?
Yeah, I have his card somewhere.
Okay, you can just tell me after the fact.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah,
dang, dude, those are such high quality.
It looks so good. So let's see the next one. Oh, you'll like this one, Evan.
Oh, it's Killer Queen.
Because I came up to the guy, I was like, oh, it's a cool Akira, and I saw he had the hand, so I thought it was funny. And I looked over and I just his girlfriend was Killer Queen.
Oh my gosh.
That's a fun thing too. Evan and I have talked about doing a convention and us dressing up as a costume together because we want to do characters from Attack on Titan. But that's another thing too.
Or we could do Anakin and Obi-Wan was the one that we also were talking
That was
about.
I'm very tempted by that because I could just grow my hair out more. We've always been tempted by that one.
And then I can just be a nice Ewan McGregor.
Yeah, you already have the look for it. You can
I know, thank you. Yeah. All I do is just need to lose the glasses.
It's perfect. So yeah, that's one of our ideas. But one thing that's fun as well, if you can do this with somebody else, it's a great time. Like my brother and I always go to conventions together, and we don't always dress up as costumes together, but we have sometimes. And it makes it a lot of fun. You sometimes just go as 2 separate costumes or don't go in costume at all, or do matching. It's a lot of fun to have with another person because even if you don't know anyone there and you're trying to meet people, it helps to already have someone you know. And just to do stuff together, play games and all that, And I don't know if I have the game area pictures on here, but yeah.
The game area is in console or board game?
Every kind. So at these conventions, they have tabletop gaming, they have video PC gaming, they have
PC gaming. They just bring their own PCs.
Yeah, they get a whole PC setup and you can play shit.
Oh my gosh,
it's awesome. So you can try board games, PC gaming, console gaming, new and old, rhythm games. They have always at conventions they have a million
Dance Dance Revolution rhythm game.
Yeah, but then also there are a variety of others. There's a ton of other kind of dance rhythm games as well. There's indie games. You can try out some games from small developers. There was a whole indie game section there, which they had their own indie board games, indie video games, all kinds of stuff.
Were any of the indie game developers there?
Yeah. They like at least representatives. I don't know if they were always the developers, but representatives.
Yeah,
would always
representatives are developers.
Yeah, so they would be there because
That's cool.
It's an indie company, so they would be there to like show people how to play, and people would come to try it out and buy it.
That's really cool.
My brother was really into one of the games there, and that's not at all everyone. There's not a guarantee of that, but I would definitely, if you're looking at one, check that out because it's a great way to like see a lot of up and coming games that you may not have really heard about outside of say a major gaming expo. One of these is a great way to just meet and run and try out these kind of new games. As well as just play stuff for fun. In gaming as well, there's a million tournaments going on. My brother always plays in some fighting tournaments, because they have everything new, Tekken, Blaze Blue, Guilty Gear, all the new ones, but as well as, classics like Smash Bros. So there's always tournaments around if you really want to play, like, if you're more into gaming and want to do some like high level competition, this is always a good place for that. So next, I got 2 pictures of them. Oh, and this is, let me see if I can get my best picture of that. Sorry, I'm just scrolling through real quick. Yeah, there we go. And here, let me turn it sideways. So yeah, and then so this is one of the first pictures I took with somebody else doing my same character. So this was actually a female Nanami cosplayer, which I thought was awesome. And she was really cool. She did I loved her costume. You can see with her mask, she actually did like the cow print, like black splatter on her mask, which I thought was really clever. But yeah, here's another example of somebody like in this character. There's no female version. There isn't. She just made one. And so it's definitely a thing where you can just kind of do whatever you feel, if you're male or female or however you want to do it. I saw a ton of guys dressed as female characters. I saw a ton of girls dressed as male characters. It doesn't matter. But in this case, yeah, she had an awesome costume and made sure to get pictures together. I got a lot of pictures with other Jujitsu Kaisen and Nanami cosplayers, so we'll see plenty of that. All right. So, and yeah, Evan, feel free to pop in with any questions because I'll just keep talking.
Yeah.
Oh, here's another one. Oops. Did my brother have his finger in the corner? There we go. That's a better one. Didn't have his finger in the corner.
Did my brother have his finger in the corner?
Freaking. Let's see what the best. There we go. That's a better one. So there's me with another Nanami cosplayer, and you can just see like the amount of people. By the way, that line behind was just registration. Because
registration,
yeah, I don't think they designed it so that registration took forever, so it was very slow to get just checked in. Like, so because typically with these conventions it varies, so I won't promise anything. In this convention, and this is encouraging some people who maybe don't want to buy a ticket, maybe just want to see one of these, look to see if a convention, if you know someone's going to it or that, or what's going on, see if they require your ID to get in or only the ID to get into major areas. Because for this one, you could walk right into this. But you had to have a badge like I was wearing around my neck, the red thing. You had to have a badge to get into events and like basically any of the extra stuff besides just the main walking area. But you could have just walked in and just seen other costumes. Plenty of people did. So if there's one thing of like, one's going on, you can just walk in and check it out. It's not a bad thing to do. It's also funny too when people walk in and they look so confused and they're like, what is going on here? Well, there's normal people walking by and they see all these people in costumes and wigs and they're like, what is happening here? It was very amusing. But yeah, I ran into another Nanami. He had a great costume. I loved it. Nice matching suit too. I of course got one at Goodwill, so it isn't the most matching. I tried to get the closest colors possible, but he definitely had the nice suit there. I really liked his.
Yeah. And again, you don't need to put all of your money into it because, you could get a really nice suit for a Nanami, or you could just get what you can find that'll look like it.
Yeah, people could tell I was Nanami. People thought it was really good. So don't worry. Don't get caught so much in the details if you're trying to make something simple. Don't get so much caught in the details because people are going to be able to tell. Like, you can look at the both of us and tell what character we are. If you know the show. So it's, that was the purpose I was trying to achieve, and I achieved it. Also, I try to go for characters I kind of already have a look like. So I already kind of had his hair, and I have a similar kind of facial structure. I already kind of look like the character. That helped for me. But I encourage, even if you don't look anything like the character, go for it. Go for it. Don't do blackface, though. All right, that's my one advice. You could do like red face. There was a girl who was dressed as, that was so cool. I didn't get a picture. There was a girl who was dressed as like, do you know, Evan, do you know the Twi'lek Sith Lord from like way in the past?
I'm going to seem like such a terrible Star Wars fan. No.
Well, she's only from like the games and comics, but basically there's a Twi'lek Sith Lord who has all red skin and has like the tattoos kind of like Darth Maul. and someone was there dressed as her, and it looked amazing. Oh, here it is, Evan.
Oh, there's power.
Look at that. Look at how good that looks. Oh, sorry.
That is actually very good.
Yeah, so just awesome. And you see people like this, like people will make stuff like a helmet that helmet lights up. Those eyes are lit up with LEDs.
Oh my gosh.
So it's just so cool. And also, I think she had the sight, and I think the guts are a separate thing she had to wear around her neck so she could take it off easily. And I think the mask as well. So it's all separated. But yeah, she was just there. I was walking by. I was like, that is fucking awesome. I had to take a picture of it. So no, just so sweet. And then I think I got 2 pictures of her. More of the merchandise area. This is a bunch of
little dogs,
stuff, little cute dogs and bunnies and that. Yeah, I just thought they were cute. Always, you'll find a million things at these, and as well, you can see the figures in the back as well, like behind them on the other side. Different figures, which are always very common. Let's see. And here is my dude Jotaro. Oh my, where's the best photo? There it is.
Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at those snake
skin. He got the pants.
Oh, part 6 Jotaro.
The dude looks so good. And he's taller than me. By the way, for anybody who doesn't know, I'm 6'7".
He's 6 foot. He's tall. And he just found someone taller than him.
The dude was 6'10", which both of us are taller than Jotaro, because I think Jotaro's only like 6'4".
I think so. I think he's 6'4".
But this guy was just such a great costume. He had made this all himself. Everything about it he had made, and I was just like, this is fantastic, man. I told him, like, this is a costume I aspire to have for Jotaro at some point.
Oh my gosh, that is so cool.
So good. By the way, his hat, it's half. It's only half a hat, so it goes into his hair.
Oh my gosh, perfect.
Really
For those
dedicated.
that don't know, Jotaro, it's confusing where his hat ends and his hair begins. Max, can you pull? No, I'll pull up a photo of him.
Do you want me to stop sharing?
Yeah.
Okay, let me stop sharing real quick.
I
want to see this.
I'm looking for one that's. Oh, this one's perfect. Right here. You cannot tell.
It just
where
molds
it
into
ends and where it begins.
Oh, I love it.
Just one. Also, you have here the white hat.
That one it really shows.
Black hair.
It really just becomes a part of it.
I never
that middle one's
actually
good.
remembered that the white actually turned to that.
Yeah, it just fucking morphs into his head. I love it. It just becomes a part of it. It's.
Oh my gosh.
Oh wait, can you pull up the picture of Jotaro, the Jotaro live action actor haircut?
Okay.
You'll know what I'm talking about when you see it.
Oh my gosh. I found it, I think.
Yeah. I want to see it.
I'm working on sharing it. Give me a second here.
I want to see this so bad.
What you're talking about?
Yeah. My man had to just shave the whole thing to get it to work.
It works.
Just so you know how he got that to work, he had to shave his head.
That's hilarious.
Oh, it's so funny. I remember that.
If you want to have a good Jotaro impression, this is what you got to do.
That's how you do it.
This is the lengths you have to go to. Write that down.
Write that down. It's so funny. All right, let me hop back on the pictures. Gosh, I love that picture. All right, so yeah, great costume, was awesome. Another Nanami. Oh, I think these are getting into some pictures from. Yeah. So at this point, so I've been going to some events and that, and I'll get into more of the panel events a little bit later. But this is more so showing what I'm doing. But in this point, I'm now at a photo shoot. So one thing they do as well with these, and one thing people really like to do, is that they go to photo shoots, which is basically where a group of people cosplaying from a similar show or IP or something, Star Wars, Jujitsu Kaisen, something, will get together and do pictures together. So this is one of them. I was here and I ran into, I think there was a ton of people here this first day. It's the second day there's more. So yeah. I got a picture with another Nanami who was awesome. As you can see, we're doing some poses and that, doing his overtime thing. We got our ties wrapped around our hands for overtime.
Yeah.
Got some good pictures there. Oh, okay. So this is all I had from that. I have more. There's more pictures from the actual event I'm going to show in a bit from the actual photo shoot, but I'm just going to go through what I'm doing. So yeah, this is another one I ran into Sakuna, which was really sweet. She did a great job on it. And this was near the end of the night, so you can see I've already taken my tie off in that because I was literally in overtime because I was tired of wearing that tie. But yeah, it was just something of like, this is another thing of like, I just went around and people would just stop me and ask for pictures. And it's amazing because it's like you get the really impressively done costumes, but then also mine, which is really not that great. People still like it and will want to take pictures and stuff just for the fun of it. It's always just about like just having fun with it, really. I'm gonna get a drink of water, sorry.
You should be.
I'm hydrated. Talk too much. All right, so that was that. This is another picture of, so I think this is a cool picture to show the area. So the first one kind of shows the convention center. So you have like a second floor, which is like the main area. You have a first floor, which goes to where the bottom of the stairs are. And then you have a third floor. So it's like they were all contained on these 3 floors of events. This was like the atrium area. So a lot of people just kind of sat around and this was like the chill area and that. And I just saw a bunch of people with like cool costumes, You look around, you can just see so much because like there's the female Zenitsu. There's a Miku, Hatsune Miku.
I see Tanjiro.
Wait. Who's the guy from Lazy Town? Not Robbie Rotten. Who's that?
I don't remember people's names from Lazy Town.
You know who I'm talking about though, the blue guy who's the hero.
Yeah.
Okay, that's who that is. I can't remember his name. You can see Tanjiro. You can see. Is that Jinx? That may be another. I can't tell if that's Jinx or not. Those are Genshin Impact characters. That's Soul Eater. There's that Spider-Man. Why is he still? That's the Spider-Man Deku again.
that's Spider. It's that guy.
He's following me. You can see all these people just chilling out and I'm totally not creeping on them. I'm taking a picture. But I was just taking a picture of the whole area. I wasn't trying to take a picture of anyone specific.
Yeah,
but
sure.
Yeah, you can just see like there's just an idea of the area. So it's a cool area to be in. This is another picture so you can see. Just kind of check it out.
Got there. Just creep on people. Who else do we have?
Yeah, let's see who else do we got in these pictures. So we got. I think that guy was a Spartan right there. Look into. Oh, well, anyway, here's Final Fantasy. Here's Final Fantasy 7 characters. There's a girl. I think that's Rox. Is that Roxanne? I think that's a Friday from Freddy.
Security Breach or whatever.
There was a lot of people dressed as Security Breach characters. A lot of people.
Freddy, you're supposed to be on lockdown.
Gregory, have you heard of the hit game Among Us, Gregory? I need you to vent.
Gregory.
I love that. There's Levi chilling. There's other people. I don't know every costume. But yeah, I'm just creeping on people now. You can just see all kinds of cool stuff. It's a thing of like you walk around, you could just stand there and you would see so many cool costumes and just interesting people around. You could just stand there and watch. It's amazing what you see. Okay, let's see what else we got.
Oh yeah,
we got our main man. We got our main man, Human Spider. So this is a great example of you can do the simplest costume, but when you're clever, it's great. This guy was just as Human Spider, which is from one scene in the first Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire when he was a wrestler and fought Macho Man Randy Savage, who was Bonesaw.
This is great. The Human Spider.
He also tried to get his pose of where he stood there awkwardly.
Yeah, when he enters the arena.
So it's stuff
wait a second. Let me try to find it.
Yeah, I'll stop sharing. But it's stuff like this where you can just kind of like do something creative. I think it's fun if you want to do a character, do a character. Like do someone from an anime you like or whatever. Yeah. But if you want to do something creative, just do whatever you find funny. Like
if you want to do the Human Spider, go for it.
Yeah. Honestly, it's amazing what people think of to do. And I have a few other pictures of other costumes that people were just creative and just were thinking outside the box, which is just, it's so funny. It just makes it so fun. So like you can go there and be like, oh, is it just gonna be anime characters? No, there's gonna be literally everything. There's gonna be some of the dumbest stuff you've ever seen and some of the best costumes you've ever seen. It's just so varied. And then you'll see stuff like this, which is also the best costumes you've ever seen, of course.
Yeah.
There's a Rengoku in the back. Sad to see.
Set your heart ablaze.
This is why does he have he has this fucking massage gun? I don't know why he had that out.
Wait, who is he supposed to be?
So you haven't read this far in Jujutsu Kaisen because she hasn't been talked about. This guy, they'll talk about him later. This is Megumi's father.
Okay, no, I do know about Megumi's father.
Yeah, Toji. That's him.
Dude,
Dude is
gotcha.
By the way, this guy is accurate because he is built like Toji. Toji is shredded. And then also what I liked his detail. So this is a simple costume. You know, it's going to be hard to tell when it's a simple costume, but he gave a great detail because you can't show a face. His face, Toji has a lip scar right here, which is very identifiable. So the guy added it on the mask, which I thought was a really creative thing to do. It's all one thing I've always found with these. If you'd go for a simple costume, try to just do little details. People like how that stands out. In his case, it was like doing the little lip thing. In mine was like the watch, the sunglasses, and the sword because I just have a simple suit. It's always about just like, what do you think if someone looked at you, what would make you identifiable? Because what makes me stand out from a guy in a suit? It's the knife, this thing. That makes me stand out. So I always think about that when I'm designing characters. Like when I do something simple, like I've done Hunter Leorio from Hunter x Hunter. He is another guy in a suit. If you want to make him stand out, what I did to make him stand out was I had the badge number from the exam, I had his glasses, and I had his briefcase, that red diamond briefcase. Yeah. Those kind of things help stand out the character. So I always say if you're doing someone simple and you're doing like a simplistic version of a costume, do identifiable features because it helps people realize who you are and it makes it so you don't need a ton of detail. So another advice for cosplay. Let's see, is this a better picture? Sorry, I was jumping through real quick. Okay, here's another cool one, which Evan, I think you may recognize it, but this is me in a gojo. This is one of the first gojos I ran into. Which was really cool. So another character from the Jujutsu Kaisen. What I loved about her costume though was see what she's wearing on her. Do you recognize what that is?
No, not really.
So
is that supposed to be like the eyes?
No, it's talked about. It's kind of talked about a little bit in the show, but that's the prism box that they're going to plan to seal Gojo in.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so that's the
spoiler alert.
Oh, I'm not saying if it happens or not. I'm just saying that's what in the show. That's what they talked about planning to put him in.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so she made this whole thing that she wore around her, which was so creative in that. And so it's something like that where her costume is pretty simple. It's just basically the costume and hair and glasses, but she just threw that with it. And I thought it was like, oh, that's a really cool way of doing the costume. So always thinking outside the box helps a lot. Even when it's like a simple costume that everybody does, think about something unique that you can do to make it stand out. That's another good piece of advice I give. Yeah. So a lot of this was me walking around, just kind of taking pictures with people. I would run into them just kind of as I went to different events and I went to the store. But I'll try to go at should I talk about the events, Evan, or should I just keep going through pictures?
Well, what kind of events did they have there?
Sure. And actually for that, I'm going to talk about that. Let me go, and I'm going to go back to the web page now. I think you guys give us some feedback on if you like this more visual style, but I think it always helps because since we're just talking, it helps to have some descriptors. But let's go to events. Let's do signature events. So this is a great, so like, you can check the website already always for signature events, but one of the fun things we did was like, there's so many different events to go to. So when we're at a convention, there's usually like a few main events. There's like the actual signature events, which are run usually by the operation itself, that are the main things. They're the biggest amount of people, usually the biggest things. Then there's panels, which are usually run by fans and guest speakers and that, which can cover any number of things. And then there are just other things like the video gaming area, tournaments, that kind of stuff. So in this area is like some of the signatures. So here's an example of signature stuff. Karaoke is always a big thing, which is a lot of fun. I really got into the music from Encanto, the new Disney movie. And so I went to karaoke with my brother and somebody was singing it as dressed as the character. So we were all singing along and having a good time as they sang a bunch of stuff. Also, someone did My Way by Frank Sinatra, which we all sing along to. But that's just an example of like just a small one. The bigger ones are like, say, this Cosplay Expo here. This thing was like the main show. So this had like showing off the craftsmen. So this is usually where they show awards for like the best costume of like craftsmen or like the best show performance. They also had singers and other people doing like really impressive performances. Let's see if actually they have some info on the page. I'm just curious if they have pictures from the event. I'm sorry, I'll let this load. But it's just cool because they so there's like the main events. These are always like the main things that are going on. I don't think so like here. So this is an example of one. They had like a contest. So you got to see all these amazing costumes, and then they had brought on judges to decide who was the best. You had a performance where people were doing like musical performances or like comedy skits and stuff, which is a lot of fun. Some of it can be a little cringy, whatever. But what's fun about it is that it's just people. It's not like performances by paid people. These are fans. These are people who are wanting to do this for fun, which makes it a lot more enjoyable. And you can get some impressive people. I listened to somebody sing. Oh my God, she was amazing.
Yeah,
it's amazing, and it's so cool. So like this is just an example of this. There's actually, and it was a whole kind of comedy routine because you had 2 MCs doing it. So this was almost like a whole show in itself, and this was one event. As well, I was telling about they have the photo shoots. But yeah, they also had, do they have the, I was hoping they have the, that's photo shoot schedule. I was seeing if they have, the list of panels. Yeah. Which I don't think they do. But another thing to talk about was panels. So let me go to special guests so we can see featured panelists. These are guys who usually do the main panels. But yeah, they would just have all these different panels that would talk about different stuff. So panels a lot of time would just be, it could be anything. It's just usually it's times where either it's very involved with the people or it's just people talking about stuff. So let's take an example of one I went to. So one of the ones I went to was actually this one, JASCO, which was really cool. This is the Japan American Society of Central Ohio. This one had a full performance with traditional Japanese instruments like the shamisen. And just had a full musical performance there, showing off all these instruments and all this history of cultures. And it was really cool. It just got to see a lot of interesting stuff that you like. And you also were learning about Japan's history at the same time. So that's a cool thing as well. On the other side, Anime Hell was a million short clips of just goofy stuff from Japan and animated stuff that was just meant to be funny and laugh. Almost imagine like a Robot Chicken episode, basically just with anime stuff.
Gotcha.
So, and then other panels I went to was stuff like all these people are voice actors. So a lot of times, a lot of guests at these will be voice actors and actors that are in these shows. A lot of these guys are big voice actors in anime. And so they came there and had a big panel talking about it. Rob Mungle here had his own panel and also comedy show because he's a comedian. And he was hilarious. The guy's so funny. And then I got to meet Jason Marsden because he voices Boone from Fallout New Vegas, a game that both Evan and I love a lot.
Oh yeah.
So
such a great game.
Yeah. So that was cool to meet. And then you get all these people. John Swayze's been in a million things. He's well known. Kent Williams has been going for years as well. So it's like you get all these people and it's interesting because you can meet them, you can talk to them. I went to Rob Mungle's Q&A because I actually asked him about podcasting because he has a huge podcast and he's going for years. Funny enough, you remember the Whiskey Brothers podcast we looked up the other day? That's him.
Huh.
Yeah, he started that. So it was interesting. So it was interesting hearing and learning from him because I learned more about podcasting from him. So it's a thing where you can go for fun because I went to his comedy show for fun, but then you can also go to a panel to learn something. So a lot of these were, a mix of learning and fun. Some are very goofy, some are very explorative, some are very interesting and you learn a lot, especially if you have industry speakers. But yeah, just whatever you want to do. Huh. All right, I'm gonna stop sharing that. I'm going back to sharing my phone. Let's see. I think we're doing good on time. Do you remember when we started?
I forgot to set a timer.
Nah, it's okay. I think I'm just gonna try to go through all the pictures. I think we're cut off around 8 or something. I think we're doing fine on a pace. If it's a longer episode, it's fine. I always like podcasts because now we can just talk about that and about it being oh, it's a video, you should be talking about that. It's a podcast. Who cares? we're funny. You're here because we're funny.
Our viewers don't even care, right, guys? Leave a comment.
Who's more handsome?
Like and subscribe.
Tell us who's the best hex girl.
Yeah.
I have to post that clip, by the way. I still need to post that clip. But you'll see what we're talking about later.
Yeah, you'll see. We've got something in the works.
So here's another thing. I ran into another JoJo cosplayer. This is actually while I was taking pictures with the Gojo. And I just ran into
they didn't have the right haircut.
No, he didn't have quite the right haircut, but he had a great costume. I loved his Part 4 look.
Yeah.
So that was fun. This one was awesome. Evan, can you tell who that is? Wait, let me get a picture.
I can't tell when you keep changing it around.
Well, I know because I'm trying to get.
I can totally tell. Yeah.
Oh, I'm trying to get the best picture.
1 second, let me zoom it.
Is that my man Guts?
I was gonna ask if that was from Berserk.
Yeah, that's Golden Age arc Guts, but yeah, the dude. So this is another thing. Another thing. Don't worry about like age and all that stuff. About if you're too like if you feel like you're like a little bit older. People of all ages come to this. This guy had his wife and kid there. He was with his kids, and his kids were like 15. So this guy was like in his 30s or 40s. The dude made all this. That sword he made out of wood. And he said it was impossible. He actually made the Dragon Slayer, he told me, but it was impossible to hold because it was so heavy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was like the actual Dragon Slayer where it's too heavy to hold by any normal man. But yeah, this is another thing. I just got this awesome picture with this guy because it was just a really cool costume he made, which I think my favorite picture was, again, when my brother did like the angled pictures. Come on, scroll. Yeah, damn it. There you go. But the only problem is that the angled picture, I was asking him what was happening. So I'm doing a weird pose.
What's going on?
Oh, sorry, I zoomed out. There. I'm like, what's going on? So next,
shoot, what's her name? No, it's from Jujitsu Kaisen.
Yeah, just some Jujutsu Kaisen. Here, I'll get a better picture with the both of them.
Megumi and is it Nobara?
Yes, Nobara.
Okay, Nobara.
Yep. So I just thought theirs was really cool. Again, a great example of doing small details. These costumes very simple to make. Like you can just get that Jujutsu Kaisen uniform and the wig. What was cool is the detail was that like she made the little like straw doll and hammer that she had, and then this guy he has little stuffed animals on his shoulders to show the two wolves, the white and black wolves. Really, I thought it was a clever way to make your costume stand out. So something like that is always suggested if you want to do something simple like that. But yeah, I love their costumes, so I got a picture. You'll like this one, Evan.
Oh my gosh.
He was about to shout me. He was about to Bruce Rodal me across the room.
You're lucky you're still here with us.
Yeah, no, I was really thinking he was about to shout me across the room. Yeah, just a cool costume. The guy made it. I think he made it with like resin and foam and stuff.
Yeah, I know resin is a lot of what cosplayers do.
Yeah, it's a common thing. And definitely, if you guys want to get into making stuff, do some research about that more complicated processes. We're not familiar with that. I only know simple stuff. But yeah, some people do like whole resin because you can see the details on his like sword and helmet, and that definitely comes from like resin pouring and that, especially to get those textures.
Yeah, and I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, I was just pointing this one because there's a love pillar over to the left. Scroll over. Come on. Phone is so slow.
I see that.
Yeah. All right. Oh, and then funny enough in this picture, so I ran into this person doing Sukuna costume, which was cool. She just did a simple one, which is cool. And again, you could just do something simple like this, where she just kind of did the face makeup. Looks great as long as you have the pink hair. I got hit by a door. You can see this guy walking out because I was doing this by a door, like a service door. I didn't realize it was there, and I got hit by it.
Oh my gosh.
That was very funny, but here's an actual. Sorry, I'm just trying to find the right picture. I go through these fast, but yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to. But yeah, so there's another one of just somebody who just went up and asked me for a picture. I was like, cool, yeah, her costume was sweet, simple, but you could easily tell who the character was.
Yeah.
It was great. It was great. It was just fun. That was one of the most fun things. You just meet these cool people and just take pictures and hang out and talk with them some. And sometimes you go to other events with them and that as well. I've made some good friends through these. Funny enough, some of the people I've met through other conventions I ran into here and got to talk with them, which was really cool.
Gotcha.
One of the guys I met at Colossal Con that I got that picture of that Baki from, the dude was the MC for the Cosplay Expo that I told you about.
Huh.
He was I was like, how did you get to be the MC? And I was just talking about it. I was like, what the fuck, man? I did not expect him to do. He was just like, oh yeah, I'm running this whole thing. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, this is my show now.
I was like, all right, that's cool, man. This guy was cool. Spoon Lord.
What? Is this made up?
Yeah, he just made it up. This isn't from a show or anything.
I love this.
It's this guy and his other friend were great because he was Spoon Lord. which I was just so funny. He just entirely made of spoons. I loved his costume. His friend was Pyramid Head from Silent Hill, but made out of Little Caesars pizza boxes.
What? And you don't have a photo of that?
No, I should have got a picture of him. It was so funny. They were just a pair that was great. And then plus I ran into like a legitimate Pyramid Head, like somebody who had like their hands looked all bloody and everything, and they had the whole helmet and sword and everything. But then this guy,
what a niche reference.
Yeah, I know. It's for some reason they done a Little Caesars version of Pyramid Head. But yeah, it was cool. So this is another example of like, just think of something outside the box, something goofy and fun to do. Go for it. It's always fun. And Evan, you'll like the next one.
Oh, it's Chainsaw Man. That is actually a very good Chainsaw Man.
No, he did a great job. Yeah, and all the detail with like all the texture on the blades and stuff.
Yeah,
just looks so good. Yeah, and you can see like now you can start to see this is on Saturday. You can see the amount of people that are here. Like, just look at all the people.
Oh my gosh,
so many people. Next, I think I just got 2 pictures of him. Oh, this is the ODST one I got a pic of.
That is nice.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, like all the coloring and stuff. You can see like all the texture on the armor and all that. And then look at that fucking gun. Look at how good that looks.
Oh my gosh,
looks great. Yeah, I just caught him on the way out.
Did he make his gun himself?
I don't know. I can't remember if he made it or I feel like he bought it somewhere, but I can't remember offhand. I cannot remember. I know he made the armor though.
Gotcha.
So this was on the way out, so it helps as well. This is a big area. You just run into people everywhere. So this was like while I was leaving one day. Oh, here's the Cosplay Expo I was talking about. So like as you can see, there's like funny enough, you see that guy in red right there? That's the guy I met at the other convention. So he was running it. So yeah, I was in the back doing this, but yeah, this was the main event and had like hundreds of people here to cheer on this, and they had like all kinds of different performances, cosplay show, like a competition for best made costume and all that stuff. And it was cool. It was a lot of fun. And that was one of the main areas. And then you'll love this one, Evan. Oh, wait, do you know Hunter x Hunter?
I never finished it. I made it past the tests, and then
you didn't get to Chimera Ant arc. So no, this is a character from Hunter x Hunter, which I was like, I never see people cosplay this guy, so I was happy to see it. It's fine, it's okay, Evan. You didn't finish Hunter x Hunter, even though I told you.
Nah,
it's all good.
Yeah, I didn't. What do you want to do? Crucify me, huh?
I know. I did see a Legion cosplayer while I was at the convention. So.
Oh, Legion from.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking Legion from Mass Effect.
Oh no, New Vegas.
Okay. That makes more sense.
So this is another guy I got. This is also wall. And so here's the cosplay meetup. So this is the Jujitsu Kaisen photo shoot, which I'll have some more pictures of later. But this is just pictures of the group. Yeah, there was a ton of people here. So like, you see everybody of all these different gojos, every different version of them. You can see you have some people of other characters, and then other groups in the back doing pictures.
More Sukunas.
Yeah, a lot of Sukunas, which is cool. Sorry, let me go other way. So then here's another picture. So for some reason there was a Makima here.
Oh yeah.
She's just always here for some reason, always watching. There's
always
a cool.
Watching.
This was like a female Mahito, which was pretty cool. I appreciated that. This guy was the only Toto I saw. So like, it was cool as I ran into one group that all 8 of them were all the students from Jujutsu Kaisen. So like they were all like they're both from both schools, which was cool. This Gojo, she was really cool. I met her and we had done a bunch of pictures and that together. But you can just see there's a ton of people here, just of all different costumes, and you can see it varies because some people did very simple ones, people did more complex ones. It just kind of varies in what they wanted to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was that group, and then here we got some actual pictures of the from the photo shoot. So this was us as the all the different Nanamis, which I thought was cool.
Yeah.
So that was pretty sweet. Us and some other 2 other ones. There's that, and then so we got some good pictures of us as a group, which I liked. It was fun doing that. Let me see what else we got. This is good. And then so Evan, so some of these are more of just fun about like messing around. So this one we were trying to make it seem like Gojo's like took my sword, so I was like looking at him really annoyed. So that was sometimes a little bit of fun with it. It's like people you would do scenes. I think there's a good picture I have later of when I was doing. Remember that scene where Nanami's talking about how much he thinks work is shit, and then Itadori and Gojo are in the back talking like, oh, he's scary, as he's like talking on about all this.
Yeah,
we recreated that scene too. So a lot of these the photo shoots are also just kind of having fun and doing scenes and stuff together. Like you can do group photo shoots and that of like certain characters or everybody together, and sometimes it's just fun to do just stuff for fun. So this was one of them that that I thought was a lot of fun to do. Oh yeah, and here's another one, which was I love this one. This is the Metal Gear soldier.
Oh, I didn't realize that was the exclamation point.
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
I thought that was part of the sign behind it. Oh my gosh, that's great. I thought that was something from COD.
No, he was wearing that on his head. It was so cool.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, I have a side picture of it. Wait.
Oh, that's
Look
great.
Look at how good that looks. It looks so cool.
That's great.
Yeah, it was so funny, and it was so cool. I got to take a picture. And funny enough, you know what he had a picture of, which I thought was really cool? He then had a Hideo Kojima's book.
Oh my gosh.
So I got a picture of him reading it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I loved it. This guy was so cool. He was a great guy. And yeah, it's fun. You just get people who have just such creative ideas that are just so funny. I love it. It's such a great place to express yourself creatively and just to like go outside the box if you want to try something. And so something like this is like, it was so cool. So I got pictures of him. And then of course this was on the last day. So on the last day I switched costumes. I've done a previous costume where it was Fat Gum from My Hero Academia. Do you recognize that character, Evan? I don't know if you know much My Hero you know.
I don't know any of My Hero.
Yeah, so for you to know, it's a My Hero character, tall guy, which is why I picked it.
We all know. Evan doesn't know.
We all know here, all the cool people. But yeah, this is just a picture I did with somebody who was a cool Soul Eater costume, which is cool. Didn't see a lot of Soul Eater because that's a more classic one. But yeah, that was just like that, and then I think this was like one of the only pictures I took that day. Got a picture of that. And then I got, and then, so yeah, this is cool. They were cool people I was hanging out, I was talking with. And then this is a hat that I got for my friend. So as I say, this is in the artist area. These artists have so much stuff. So if you're looking for like clothing or stuff in that, they have some creative stuff too. And this is cool. I was like supporting actual personally supporting like small artists. And these were just a small little group of artists that made this. And I was like, I'll get that. It was great, and my friend loves the hat, so it turned out great.
Nice.
And then that was just the name of one of the artists. I just wanted to save that name. And then this was, I think, the last picture I took, which is this amazing Darth Revan, which has both color lightsabers, which is really cool.
Yeah.
It was sweet. It was just an awesome costume. By the way, that mask guy I showed you earlier, he also had a Darth Revan's mask.
Nice.
Which was really cool. And yeah, I think that's it. Sorry, I'm just gonna go to the library real quick because I think I downloaded some from Insta. Yeah, no, I already have those. Oh yeah, Evan, here's this one. So it says crazy where I'm talking about how work is shit.
God, that's nice.
that was a fun one. So yep. So I'm gonna get off this now. Stop sharing that. Yep. So yeah, it was just a fun time to just do stuff and check out a lot of different things. And like I've described with everything that's going on, and sometimes they have a lot of other stuff too, because one of them a few of them I've gone to, they have manga libraries, so you can just go there, sit down and just read manga. If you want to like read something, just try something new. Some places have anime they're just showing all the time, so if you want to watch like an anime movie they have, or sometimes just watch a series. I actually started Death Note at one of those because I was like, I've never seen Death Note, so I watched the first 2 episodes at a convention.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So
nice.
But then you have the panels, you have people to talk to, you have just cosplaying in general, you have the store. You just got a lot of stuff to do. Yeah. It's just a ton of fun. As we may go through this, I'm just probably going to start scrolling through. We took a bunch of pictures from the photo shoot, so I was going to just scroll through some pictures from the photo shoot as And if you wanted to ask any questions, Evan, any questions you had about this. Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna ask something.
Oh no. No.
Oh.
No.
I was saying you could ask anything. I was just gonna scroll through these.
Gotcha.
Yeah, these are just some pictures. And yeah, ask away whenever you do. But yeah, these are some pictures you can see. Like, we had different groups of people. People did like all the gojos and stuff. Miwa, which is fun. The cool Sukuna. This guy was a really good Sukuna. He actually had the nails too, like the black nails that look like like they were all pointed. All kinds of fun stuff. Them fighting over Megumi, which is cute. The baseball one, which I really liked.
The baseball episode.
This one was cool. Yeah, there was a group that did the baseball episode, which I thought was really fun. I really liked that.
That is really fun.
Yeah. This is one of my other favorite ones where they did that meme where you do the heart and someone does the middle finger, and I thought that was a good one. Yeah, that was the one girl I told you about, the Gojo, who we did a bunch of pictures together because she was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a baseball team, which is cool. There's just a bunch of, it was just fun, just take a picture. Yeah, this is a good one.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, and then them all doing the pose together, which was cool. That from like the end, I think it's one of the endings, I can't remember.
I think so. I don't remember.
Yeah. It was cool. Us doing the overtime thing, which was pretty sweet. Mahito and this was a good one too. I liked her Mahito and Sukuna combo. Yeah. So yeah, Megumi and Toji's dad, always fun. All right, then we got another Sukuna. So it's just like a lot of these are just doing poses for fun, and then with different characters.
Yeah.
And that. This is another one where we did the whole Nanamis together and all that. It was just kind of like what we thought of to do for fun. So like, yeah, all the Noburas, which is cool, and I like how everyone was a different version. This one was really cool right here. The one who did from the final fight where she had the roses on her.
Yeah. That
was really cool. I really liked that.
That is really cool.
So people just all kinds of different creative ideas, which I really liked. Yuji's. Oh yeah, there's another one stealing the sword, which I liked. Just all kinds of different. Oh yeah, then all the students, or a couple of different students. That was the only Unumakis, surprisingly. There's no other Unumakis. There's only a female version.
Huh.
No one really wanted to do them, but I mean that's fair. Other Mojitos, which is cool. There's a bunch of Mojitos. Yeah. Sorry, not Mojitos. Sorry, Sukunas. And you can tell like all the different styles, like the pink hair. This guy had the little like spiked up pink hair. It was cool. Different Gojos and that. Yeah. A lot. There's a bunch of pictures we took. Oh, this is a great one. Here's of us all together. I was hoping to find this.
Is that all the Jujitsu Kaisen people then?
Yep, these are all of them. I mean, not every single one because there were some that didn't come somewhere there and all that. But yeah, this is pretty much all. So yeah, it's awesome. And so you can see in the back here, there was a group that did like all the students. So funny enough, you see that guy in the white right here next to Geto? That's Panda.
Oh, gotcha.
Which I thought was clever. I thought that was a cool way to do it. He had a little panda mask in that, and then there's a Maki. There's I don't remember what his name is. The three brothers. Remember him?
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember his name, but yeah, this was like an example of pretty much everyone we had, and you can see just all these different people, and me in the back, of course, standing over everybody. But yeah, just all these different like creative ideas for characters and designs and stuff, and you can just see how everybody has such a different like idea of how to do a character, which I think is really cool. So yeah, that's one of my favorite pictures to see all of us together, and then all the Gojos, of course. All this again. Yeah, more again with this. There's some Mahito again. All this trying to do the hearts. There's another one of us posing together. Yeah. He had more of the actual watch, and I liked his watch that he used for it. I'm just trying to get it. Oh, there's a Makima one where Makima pops in. Because I don't know if she was there. There's always a Makima there, I guess. And just other.
Nice.
That was good. I like this guy.
Yeah.
This guy would always do it. And you could see his like fingernail claws things. Yeah.
Yeah.
He went all out for that. Yeah. So yeah, we got a ton of pictures. I can go through these for a while, but yeah, there's just a ton of pictures we took together. So yeah. But that's an example of one thing that if you want to try that, it's a fun thing. They just do. Oh, sorry. Let me reshare it again. you can see this is a whole Facebook page of all the different like photo shoots people do. So like, let's go to discussion. You can just see like all these different photo shoots. Like here's there's someone just took a bunch of pictures. Here's like bunch of the like just general ones people shared. Here's the from the Marvel one, the Pokemon one, Sailor Moon.
Gotcha.
Just general ones people like, Resident Evil, which funny enough, Evan, I'm thinking I kind of want to do Leon Kennedy. I feel like I have a good Leon Kennedy look I could do.
Yeah.
Because I already have kind of his hair as well. But yeah, Dream SMP, just the furry one, Encanto, just all kinds of people just shared like just group pictures they took together. So it's always a thing of like people just kind of share all the stuff they do together, and it just makes a lot of fun. Star Wars, there's a huge Star Wars one, of course.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, every convention has a page like this where they share all this stuff. And then here's the pictures from the Jujutsu Kaisen one.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Star Wars, all that fun stuff. So
nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So yeah, conventions are a lot of fun, and I've greatly enjoyed them. I can't wait to do some more. Hopefully, Evan and I are going to do some together, which would be really sweet.
Yeah, maybe once I have time.
Yeah, and trust me, I'm quite busy myself, so I'm not going to one until I'm graduated. So
nice. I would say same, but that's like 5 years from now.
A little longer wait for you. A little longer wait. I only have to wait till May.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then just some last things. I just wanted to show what I got from the convention. So for me, I got a Tanjiro figure. Nice. Yeah. Nice little one. We got to see how he's posted. A man's posted. he's like, what do you see? I love that. But yeah, just a cool little figure. I have a very, very impressively made pin. As you can see, just the texture on it. It's a metal pin, and as well, it's based on a creature from Chinese mythology. Because one thing I love to get stuff from artists. I have some pictures hung up in that from artists, but then sometimes I've also liked pins because pins are incredibly well made, and they look beautiful. So that's as well. And then I was showing this to Evan. One of the voice actors, Jason Marsden, I got him to sign this little headshot thing for me because he voiced one of my favorite characters in Fallout, Boone from Fallout New Vegas, and then plus some other characters from other shows I liked. So that was really cool. Got to talk to him, which is a lot of fun because all these also have like areas where you can like get signatures and stuff and like talk to these different people. So it's a cool thing to do because you can actually get to talk to a lot of these people who are like voice some of your favorite characters and are part of your childhood.
Nice. Seems like an overall pretty cool experience, I would say.
Yeah, I would recommend anybody who's into anime or video games or any of that stuff. And honestly, I've told my parents this. I'm like, you guys should try to come to one. Maybe not like pay for a ticket, but if there's a one you could just walk in and see everything, I would say do it because it's just a fun culture. It's a little microcosm of this huge nerdy anime video game like community to just have this thing where you go and just enjoy and just have fun together. So I've always found it to be just a place of, where people can just meet other people of similar interest, do fun stuff, try out new things, express themselves. It's just a nice place to, show your love of a show and be able to celebrate that with other people. And it's just it's just been fun environments that I hope to keep going to for a long time. For a long time. So, yeah. Did you have anything, Evan, you wanted to ask me about it? Because I've just been talking a lot this one. I wanted to let you talk some too, if you wanted to.
No, I do not have any questions other than just how you go about cosplaying, but that could be another hour and a half.
Yeah, because there's a lot we can talk about with that. Because with that, I would definitely go over what I've done and then how I've done some of my stuff, and then also examples of other stuff from people who've done way more. But I think that's gonna be something we talk about another time. So just kind of we wanted to just talk about my experience with the convention and just talk about how a typical convention goes, just to give people ideas. Yeah. So of course, and like I was kind of talking about at the beginning a little bit, it's all based on some planning for it. So like for me and my brother, we always have to plan out this a little bit because it's a 3-day weekend thing. You're going to be there. So you just, for people who are looking to go to one of these, they think it's a lot of fun. Just make sure you plan out a little bit. See when it's happening. Get an idea how you're going to get there. Where are you going to stay? What are you going to eat? How much are you going to spend? You want to get ideas of all that kind of stuff because you want to make the most out of this time, and you don't want to, of course, make yourself go, waste a ton of money. So advice there. If you're coming from you don't live in the town, like you're gonna have to drive there or stay at a hotel, bring some of your own food, make some stuff ahead of time, simple sandwiches and that, easy enough so you don't have to, because stuff there gets kind of expensive, especially at the convention center. Things can be a little pricey. What is nice too is if you pay attention to deals they have. This convention, if you showed your ID, we actually got a deals at Jenny's. Do you know Jenny's, Evan?
No.
It's an ice cream place based out of Ohio.
Gotcha.
So like we got a discount there. We got a discount at this pizza place, and we got a discount at Melt, which is a popular restaurant here. Mac and cheese.
Good.
It's good, but yeah, we got like 20% off, and it was great. So it's like pay attention to those deals because usually a lot of these have specific deals, and it helps a lot to save money. And also pay attention to a lot of these also have deals for hotels. So usually they partner with a certain hotel to to do, because these are at convention centers most of the time. So there'll usually be a hotel attached to it. Pay attention to that when you're doing that, as well as just see if there's ones nearby. If you went to the example of this one, there is a hotel directly attached to the convention center, but there's also one directly across the street.
Yeah.
That is way cheaper. So.
Gotcha.
It's definitely about just kind of researching a little bit ahead of time to make sure you know how you're going to get there and all that stuff, and you do that. Helps as well to go with people. But yeah, I think definitely a good way to start if you're looking to start a convention. Try for one that's nearby. Just try for one you can drive to. Go for one day. Go one day, one you can drive to, or you can take a bus to. Something that's in your city. Just give it a try. Do a costume if you want or don't, however you feel. Just give it a try. See how you like it. I always think it's better to do that than to just commit to a whole 3 days, because that's a whole thing. Just try to do a one-day thing, and you get an idea of how you feel about it. You can look online, literally look up anime conventions in the U.S. There's a website that shows all the conventions happening throughout the U.S. in every state and every date, so it helps a lot to keep track of everything. And you can always find something. There's always conventions going on.
Yeah. Nice.
So, and then just do research about size of that. You'll get an idea about sizes. You can look at how many have attended and all that stuff, and get an idea of how big they are and everything. Because you're gonna find ones that are smaller or bigger. It varies depending on where it's at and all that. So.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah. So yeah, that was just my experience with I was about to call it a different name, but with Ohayocon this year. I would definitely recommend anybody who's interested in Columbus to come check it out, or even if you're just in other parts of Ohio, it's a good place to check out. Columbus also has another one in the fall called Matsuricon, which is in August. So if that's of interest to you, that's also happening in the exact same place, and it's actually, I think, bigger. So it's always there's always stuff going. So just do your research around, and I would highly recommend anybody who's into this stuff just give it a try. It's been a lot of fun, and I honestly look forward to these every time. It just is always something to look forward to hang out with my brother, to meet new people, just have fun.
Yeah, gotcha. That's so nice.
And hopefully you and I will go to one, and we could talk about it then whenever we do.
Yeah, hopefully. All right, well, it is about time for me to make dinner now.
All right, perfect. And I should probably. Oh, geez, it's already 8. Wow, went by fast. I need to eat dinner as well, and I got to do schoolwork. We gotta go back. We still got school. Trust me. You also get the feeling when you're at a convention. It kind of sucks to think about when it's gonna end, because it's actually man, you feel like you're in your own world. You feel like it's just this little microcosm that you can just enjoy, and that's really nice. It's a nice little escape from stuff, to just be in this little thing that you just don't worry about everything else. Just enjoy it.
Nice.
So it's nice. It's its own break, though. You have to go back to reality at some point, which is not the best.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, thank you for coming again, everybody.
Yeah, I hope get some people in. I'm hopefully maybe get some people that I met at the convention that see this, and maybe be able to share it around. Would love to hear some people, get some people to talk about it. Would love to get this shared around a little bit. And see about if you want us to do more recap stuff. I could definitely start recording some more of my experience, like of conventions. I'd love to put maybe a little video together because people always put highlight videos of the conventions. I'd love to do that as well if you guys are interested in that. I'm going to definitely be posting pictures of my cosplay and some of the pictures we shared here. I'll be posting that on Instagram as well. So be able to see all the pictures we've taken.
Nice.
Yep. All right. Well, I think we're about getting to the end here.
Yep. I think so.
Well, I appreciate everybody, our viewers here. Appreciate everybody coming by to listen to this. Hopefully, we were entertaining, had a bit of fun with everything, and we'll see you next week.
Yep. See you next week, everyone.
Bye-bye. Subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Smash that like button.
Subscribe or we'll kill you.
Okay, calm down. Subscribe or die.
Or die. All right. Hey. I was about to end the meeting. Stop recording.